Now let me explain to you about the arguments with the help of the following example. I'm going to help you. So with the help of the following example, let me tell you about the arguments. So here you can see, children, I have defined a function add to find the sum of two numbers, and I have called the function add from the main. But you can see the function that I have defined, the add, is a non-argumented function. Now here you can see the def, the keyword which tells that from here the function definition begins. About this I told you in the first video. Second comes the name of the function. About this also I have given you the information. Now this is the place between the opening parenthesis opening and parenthesis close. Is a place for you to give the arguments. Now here you can see that nothing is written here. It is blank. It is void. It is void here. Void means what? Blank, vacuum. Nothing is there. Empty. That's what is void. So nothing is here. It means that no argument is there for the function to accept. So for this function definition of this function add, there are no arguments. Therefore, what the function will do, the function add will do, the function add will take the values by itself from the user and will store it in the variable x and y. So when the function add will be called, it will take the values from the user and it will add it. Store the result in z. And the result will be printed. So in this case, when the function add is called by main, the function add is not going to supply the values which the function add should add. So the function main is not passing the value to function add that is to be added. Rather, the function add will take the value by itself and will add the values and will supply the result. So this is the case of a non-argumented function. In this case, what will happen? The function add will take the values of x and y from the user and will add it and give the result. Now things should be noted, children. A very important point that should be noted in this case of non-argumented function is that the main is calling, the function main is calling the function add to perform the addition, but the function main is not giving values that is to be added by the function add. Instead of that, the function add itself takes the values by its own and going to add the values. So this is a non-argumented function. Now I'm going to convert this non-argumented to the argumented one. Look at here. Look at here. Suppose the main function calls function add and the function add wants to add these two values 10 and 20. The function main wants to add the values 10 and 20. So what the main will do? The main will call the function add and will pass this 10 and 20 as an argument. So when the main function is calling function add, it will ask function add, you take these two values and add it to me. So the function add when called will be called by passing this 10 and 20 as an argument. Now what will happen? Now you know. When the function is called, what happens? The control goes to the place that is defined. That thing you know. That thing I called you, that thing I teach you, I taught you in the last class. The flow of control. So when the function is called, what happens? The control will go to the place where the function is defined. So when the control will go, it won't go empty-handed. When the control will go to the place where it is defined, it will not go empty-handed. Rather, it will go with the values which is being given here when it is called. So when the control will go from here to here, it will take value 10 and 20 with itself, and when it reaches to the function definition, it will tell Mr. Function add, I have been sent to you by the function main, and I have not came empty-handed. I have brought some values for you to get added. So the add function will say, okay, now give those values to me so that I can add those two values. So those two values will be given to the function add. Therefore, the function add needs some sort of storage place where it can store the values. So this is the place where the function add will collect the values which is passed by the function main, which has been taken by the control. So suppose that it is x and it is y. So in x and y, the values are stored which is passed by the main function while calling function add. Now see the order. Order of passing the values. Here order of passing the values is important. The first value will go to the first one, the second will go to the second one. Therefore, this 10 will go to x and 20 will go to y. Correct? Now you can see the values of x and y is the one which is passed by the function main while calling the function add. So for x, what's the value? 10. For y, what's the value? 20. So this 10 will go to x and this 20 will go to y. So now you can see that the x will be assigned by the value 10 and y will be assigned by the value 20. So now this add have got the two values as 10 and 20 which is passed by the function main while calling the function add. Now what this add will do? Now this add function knows what to do. Add function knows to add the values, but which value it will add? Not will not add the value which is taken by itself, but it will add the value which is given by the function main, that is 10 and 20. So in z it is x plus y print z. So now the result will be what? 30. So what result you will get? You get result as 30 because now that depends upon the value which is passed by this function. Suppose I am going to call this function again and now I am going to pass suppose 100, 200. So this function is called again. Now this thing I told you in the last class. You can call the single function as many times as you need. So again I have called this function add, but this time I want the function to add 100 and 200. So now this will add 100 and 200 because in x you will get 100 and in y you will get 200. Now when it will be executed, this will be 100 plus 200. That is called as the sum is what? 300. So in z you will get 300. So what result you will get, what values will be added, now it depends upon the values that is passed by the function main, but not by the value which is taken by the function add by itself. Now you can see this example. Now this function add has become an argumented function. So this add is now an argumented function, and this add was, which I related it before, was a non-argumented function. If you want to compare it, you can compare it like this. Def add x is 10, y is 20, z equals to x plus y, print z hash name add is a non-argumented. You can see children, both types of function in front of you. This is a non-argumented function add and the same function add in the argumented form. So you can see children, this side is you have got a function add which is a non-argumented function add which will add the values by which will add a value which is taken by itself, but not from the values which the function will get by the calling function. Rather, this side you can see the argumented function which accepts the values which is given by some other function that is called it. So in this case, when we call the function add, the add function will take the values as of x as 10 and y is 20 by itself and will give the result as 30. So again, when we call the function, again it will take the same values at 10 and 20 and will add it to give the result. So as many times we call this function, the function will take the values as 10 and 20 by itself and will always produce the result as 30. In this case, the function add is not going to take the values from some other function. So it's a non-argumented one. Now, in this case, you can see the result depends upon the value that is passed by the calling function. So from here, when the add is called, the value 10 and 20 is passed. Therefore, the function will add 10 and 20, And when the function is called the next time, it will, and the value 120 has been passed, therefore the function add will add 100 and 200. So the function add will be called many times, but it will add only those values which is called on every time, which is passed on every time when the function add has been called. So students, you can make it out this point as a non-argumentative function and this as an argumentative function. About the types of function, as called by value and called by reference, and about the so many things in the remaining part we'll take in the next class. So children, till then, I hope you will revise all these things. Children, keep on revising all these things, whatever I have taught you, and study well. And if you have any doubt, children, you can call to me tomorrow between 8 to 10. Your doubt will be solved. Thank you.